Okay. Okay, it started. Um, yeah, today I'm with quite interesting haircut. So, hello everybody, hi there. Today we are going um, to connect our service to the database. We will use Postgres database and yeah, and we will implement all the native database queries that currently return um, currently return just dummy values. So let's lo-fi radio. Okay. Well, let's start. So I prepared okay. Yeah, now it works. Got some problems with my Apple Watches. Oh, sorry, AirPods. Well, yeah, I prepared a Docker file for the stream. So we will use the Docker for our containers. So it basically builds, it basically gets all the stuff needed to run the user service. Just copies the user service, copies the custom errors package as it is as our service is dependent on it, and just builds it. So I believe who is not familiar with Docker files, containerization, and this stuff should learn a bit as well, because I won't mention it. I won't stop on it for too much. Basically, this is needed to run our service anywhere on any machine that supports the Docker. Well, it is hard, you know. Okay, I can open it on Spotify, and probably it will be much easier. Here, yeah. Nice. Great. Okay, let's continue. So, is it okay now? So basically, this Docker file just builds our application and then runs it here. Provides a path to executable, which will be executed when the Docker image. Okay, let it be. So let's create a Docker compose file for this stuff. We will need compose is just a thing that Docker CLI provides us. It is I'm not very expert in it, but it gives us the possibility to deploy multiple services like some databases, services, etc. And we will use it for local development. And now we will configure it to deploy our application with the database. So I need to renew my knowledge a bit. Let's start from the documentation. So yeah, let it be our service. Requirements, Docker file. Yep, services. So I don't know, probably we need to somehow configure it as Docker compose. Let it be here, the user service folder, and Docker compose. Well, now it recognizes it as Docker compose file. Great. Let's create a service like user service here, and it will build it. Build. So let me make it a bit bigger. This Docker compose files will use this Docker file to build our user service image. Yeah, let's use these ports. Just default 8080. We need to provide some let it be container name, yeah. User service. Well, let's try this stuff. Okay, I need to run my Docker daemon and just check if it works. So it will build the Docker file. It will package all. It will package our application here, all our application, the user service into a container, and then I think it will run it. Yep. Let's try. Okay. Docker compose up. Oh, not here. Cd docker files. And we need to provide like a reference to like it. I'm not sure. Okay, I need to check it. Okay, I will ask ChatGPT at this moment. I need to like run this command, yep, and give the path to the Docker Compose. Okay, so okay, probably I can, yeah, okay. Docker Compose F, Docker files, user service, Docker Compose YAML. And yeah, and up here. Okay, it started doing some stuff. It is a bit strange. Okay. Let me try build this Docker build. Okay, it works. Okay, Docker is working. I thought that I have some problems with my RAM, but okay, it's interesting. Maybe I need to like give it a path to a build. Okay, at this point we have some, as you can see, we have some problems. Yeah, it's a bit strange. Okay, never mind. Not sure, but I feel that there is some problem with Docker Compose. Okay, never mind. Then we will try to connect to a real life database, because yeah, this stuff doesn't work for some reason. It is really strange. Well, I have some like serverless database service. It is like NeonDB. I'm not sure. Yeah. Well, let's try this thing. We will connect to a real database, not a local host database, to a real database in the cloud. Let's create like a free tier database here. I'm not sure will we use this service or not, but it may be a good idea. So project a Stoic way. Well, it is created. Great. Then let's configure our service tool for Postgres connection strings. Okay, we probably need to create a new structure called like local database. Not let it be Postgres database, and here we will take this string probably. Okay. URL. Okay. Let's check if the config is working. We will just print it here. Okay, user service and go runs in the user main go. GVD secret. Okay, so it works, and we need to rename it to a Postgres URL. Great, now we need to pass it here as well, some URL, and it will be printed. Okay, it works. So I'm a bit like disappointed that the Docker Compose doesn't work for some reason, and it will be much better to use the Docker Compose probably. I will try to, if I'm not sure, if I'm not mistaken, yep, the Docker Compose comes with the Docker itself. Well, okay, never mind. We will use the Neon database and check if it's working. Great. Now we have the Postgres URL here. Then we need to somehow. Okay, let's pass this connection string to this database. Okay. Actually, I will just revoke this token in the future, but let's use this token now. postgres URL. And DVD secret. Okay, looks like the application is started, and now we need to connect to the database, right? And we will use the pgx library for this. Neon Golang. So let's install the pgx library. Okay, pgx library. It is a very popular driver for Golang. We will not use any ORMs and all this stuff. We will only hardcore, only SQL, raw SQL. So let's install it. Go get well, we installed the pgx. Let's now create a database here. Like in a package folder probably. We will create a db, right? Db go. So at this point we will create some interface and probably a structure. Let it be a database. This structure will provide some useful data for pgx. We will connect when our application starts. We will connect to the database and use the same connection throughout all our application. So we don't spawn a lot of connections when in runtime. So that's great. Let's create a method new db. It will connect to the database. Okay, it will accept the postgres URL. It will be a string. And it will just connect to a pgx. Yep, it will just connect to a postgres via pgx. So pgx new connection pool. pgx pool. Okay, we need to add a new pgx pool is like a connection, but this connection user supports concurrency. So when we will it is better in concurrency as far as I know, and it is advised to use this pgx pool. So yeah, the creation is simple as a pie. Just create the pool here. Pgx pool, new, context background, and postgres URL. Well, it works. And we need to return or DB or error, either DB, either or error. Great. And this structure will contain the DB pool. Okay, it looks like reasonable. Yeah. Let's try this stuff here. Let's try this new DB in our Go main Go. So DB pool. Let it be user DB, and the DB will be our database. Okay, we will. Let's move this method to a let's move this to our database here. Package database, and yeah, just use this stuff. So we just call the database new DB and pass the Postgres URL here. Well, it is CFG Postgres database Postgres URL. Error. So if error is not nil, we just throw the exception here, and let's check if it works. I will add some print here with our DB stuff here, and we will check if our application connects correctly to this stuff. Yep. Okay, let's run and check if it works. No such. Okay, it didn't throw any exception, and it looks like it connected to the database. Okay, let's run some simple query. Basically, okay, we will let's run this query. So DB, we need the we need the DB pool to be like public. Let's try some simple query. Probably Copilot will help me with it. Simple query to check if the DB is up and running. Select one. Okay. CTX background. Context background. Branches. Okay, yeah, let's connect. Okay, let's run this. The server started. I believe it means that okay, response and error. Yep, if error, the response. Print the rows to console. So there are no prints and there are no yeah, probably we need to modify it and just info. Yeah, okay, you see, the database is working. We see the result here. Okay, so our query like was executed. Great. Now let's create a simple table for our database. I think it is possible to do here. Yeah. So create table users, and it will be, it is let's ask the ChatGPT to design the schemas of the user of the user table and the profiles table, the users table and profiles table and or postgres. Okay, so this stuff is for users, user ID, username, email, password. I believe we will not create any like usernames, just email and password here. Yeah, exactly. Only email and password. So the user ID is serial. It means that it will be like incremented, and like unique, as it is a primary key. Then email that is also unique and max length of 100 characters, but I think it is not really needed. Let it be like unlimited. And the password with max length of 255. Yeah. Created at. Okay, let it be. So now we have a table here, users. We will, when we sign up in our application, we will insert some data into this table as well. So let's create sample logic for this stuff. Our database structure now should be expanded with the DB. So it needs a DB as well. DB. Okay. And just DB. Well, now let's implement the sample logic for it. So here we have the insert user. Okay. We just need to we just need to insert it and check if we need to insert the user and check if it already exists in the database. So pool and I'd like to add another library. Actually, we will use the squirrel. I think we will use squirrel for SQL building. You know, it is not an ORM. It just helps us to construct the SQL queries, just like the drift in Dart, but without any code generation and all this boring stuff. So we need to install it. Let's do it here. Go get squirrel. It is just more convenient. Instead of like writing a fully raw SQL, we will use these statements, these constructions. It makes the process much more convenient. So insert users. Okay, we need to insert the email and password only. I will later I will change this this table, create some triggers, but all this boring stuff I will do behind the scenes. So, and well, yes, well, actually, it won't be the password, the real password. It will be the hashed password we created earlier. So password hash, returning ID. Okay. Let's check if it works. So we need to pass a context here. Let's implement it. Context. Yep. Now this function needs an access to the context and context. Yep, exactly. So cdx query, and we need to call like to SQL function, which will transform it. Yeah. So it returns 3 arguments. Probably the query itself and arguments under error. Yeah, args error, like this. Yeah, great. And let's add the arguments. Let's check for error here. If error is not null, return error. Yeah, we will not wrap it in any other stuff. Okay, probably we can like actually wrap it. Yeah. Okay. I forgot how to do it. Okay, let's return it as is and check if rows is actually working. So query row. Okay. I believe it should throw an error if this it must actually throw some error if this query was not like unsuccessful. For example, if there is some data in the table. We need to actually return from this. We need to actually return the user ID from this function. Int and error. Yeah. Okay. The user ID is needed to create a GVT token later. So 0 and error. Okay. User ID. So there is a fancy, not really fancy, rather like a bit strange construction in Golang that you can use this return value as a variable. Let's check if it works. We need to actually we will see all the data here in our Neon console. Yeah, let's try to execute some stuff. ID and error. Okay, let's try to execute some stuff. It is a bit interesting at this moment. Yep. So basically it was the was the sign up. Sign up. Okay, I need to rename. Sign up. Let's run. Okay, syntax error at or near SQL state. Okay, let's check. I see. Returning ID. Maybe it, let's check how to add postfix in Squirrel, like returning something. Actually, it says that everything is good. That's strange. Let's make it more readable, like this. Okay. Let's try again. Column ID does not exist. Okay, yeah. It is true. This column is named user ID. Well, let's rerun our application. Oops. Okay, it returned 201. It means that the request was successful. Actually, 500 milliseconds is a bit long, but okay, will not mind right now. Probably it is because our branch was inactive. Let's check if any data was added. Yeah, you see, great. It is great. Amazing. So we just added some data to our like real life database in the cloud. Great. So what we should do next? Let's yeah, we need to check how this behaves when there is some when this user is already like in the database with the same email, for example. I believe it will return some error, and we will need to like check for it and return our own custom error from here. We need to close this box. This very similar to Postman. Yeah. Duplicate key value validates unique constraint user email key. So we need to check for error, probably here. No, it is not very cool. Okay, if error, okay, pg error, Let's check how to handle exceptions in PGX. Um, there is so little documentation, guys. Okay. Never mind. We need to go to the Golang probably to Golang documentation. Query interface, prepared statements, PGX errors. Okay, there is a page on wiki. Well, pgcon pg error. Well, let's try. So, but I think that it should be pg expool. Error. I'm not sure. Yeah, probably it should be like really pgcon and pg error. Yeah. Pg error. Well, errors s. Okay, if errors if error is a pgcon if error is a pg error, yeah, we will do some stuff here, and we need to yeah, this thing. Okay, we need to create some custom error here. So we will create an actually we can yeah, we need to return the error duplicate email. Exactly. Is returned when the user tries to register with an email that is already in the system. Yeah, so we will return this stuff. Actually not this stuff, but we need to create a function for it as well. Func new duplicate email error. Status code 400 exactly. New duplicate returns an error with the given. So new custom errors, new duplicate email error. Custom errors, new duplicate email error. Okay. Let's check if it works. So I will, yeah, So now our backend returns like write error, but it executed for 2000 milliseconds. Well, probably it is because of um, it is because if this service is not used like for 5 minutes, it is like it is switched off. Okay, so we have now a new row in our database. Let's let's create another logic with the creation of the GVT token. So our service will have a small method that will create a GVT. GVT go func service create GVT token pair. Let's check how it is generated currently. Okay, just this stuff. Okay, GVT token pair. I think it will return the access and the refresh token. Access token. Refresh token and error. So let's create the GVT token for this stuff. I'm not sure. Shall we delegate this work to a service, for example, or it is also like there is an option to create like really GVT manager as Copilot says, as Copilot suggests. Okay, so sign up service. Yeah, I think we need to delegate this not to a service, but rather like a GVT, GVT manager go. Okay, GVT. So I renamed it because there are some because our the library that we use is also like GVT. Well, let's create two like first method create generate access token. to we will use the same stuff for dependency injection that we used for all our layers. It is just like a class with methods, you know. So there will be a logger and the sugar at logger and the secret. Secret will be our GVT secret. And okay, manager. Okay. And this method will return. Let's create an interface actually as well. GVT manager, and there is a method that returns. Actually, let it be generate token pair. So it returns access token, string refresh token, and error if there is any. Great. So let's create an access token. GVT GVT probably new. Let it be this sign-in method and map claims. Well, okay. Create GVT creates GVT and creates access and refresh tokens with claims. Okay, yeah, new with claims. Token new with claims. It doesn't even return like an error for some reason. Okay, and we need to call method sign token, probably GVT sign. How does our code created token? Okay, sign a string. Well, okay. Says token sign a string error. If error is not null, we return it as is. I really don't think that we need to wrap it here, because if something fails there, it means that it is like internal error in our internal server exception. So, and refresh token, and we will check how it is working. Great. Now this generate generate token pair. Let's create a function that actually, okay, copilot is great. Yep. So now our service will depend on this stuff as well. So GVT manager, GVT manager. Okay. We need to refactor it a bit because it becomes very long, and it is needed to introduce like named params. But how should we do it? I will ask the chat how to refactor this code so and make params name. Yeah. So we will create another structure, user service params. I'm not sure, but I believe that we can also like accept actually this stuff, probably. Let's make it oh no, let it be like user service. I see. Okay, let's create the user service params now, and I will think about it later. So instead of like positional parameters, it now accepts the params. And we will just map it to our fields. Yep. So GVT manager, yeah, it works great. And now we need to refactor the main here. Yeah. User params. GVT manager. So yeah, I created the GVT manager here and pass into the params, and this params I will pass to our new user service. Like this. Okay. Then in our user service, we will actually we need to implement the generate token pair. It will accept this ID of user, so we will be able to recognize the user in the future. Well, and probably what's the token option? Okay, view with claims, not claims. Yeah, probably like this. And we need to set the longevity, the duration, the duration of lifespan of this token. So basically issued there is two main keys that's used for this stuff: IAT, issued at, and expired at. So IAT time now in well what type it returns, and let it be like 30 minutes. Okay, time now. Well, we need to return Unix milli. Or just Unix. It should be in milliseconds as well. Okay, it's seconds. Let it be seconds. And expired will be in okay, as well as in Unix. Great. So we created the access token, and we need to do the same stuff for our refresh token. 24. Okay, time hour 7 days. It says 7 days. Let it be 30 days. So our refresh token will be valid for 30 days. Great. Okay, it looks great. Actually, yeah, really great. Amazing. Let's use this GVT manager actually to create a token pair. As GVT manager generate token pair ID, and oh no, not pair. Probably we can return a tuple here, pair. Let's create just a simple structure, token pair. It will consist of access token and refresh token. Okay, yep, token pair. So it will return error and token pair structure. Like this. So let's change the return type for our function here as well. And this errors nil can nil error and token pair, access token, refresh token, and nil. Yeah, it looks a bit better. Great. So pair and error. Undefined ID. Okay, I need to use. Cannot use ID as string value. Okay, it returns int, but it expects a string. I'm not sure. Shall we change it to a int value? Okay, let it be int. Yeah, and okay, there is nothing to change. Well, and yeah, now it works probably. Again, if the creation of token fails, then it is like server exception again. Okay, and we need to return the payer probably. Token payer can token payer error. That's how it works. And just return pair and nil. Let's change it in our in our interface. Okay, now it looks like it's finished. Yeah, and we need to actually return the response to our client. Well, so payer here. And I forgot how to create actually a success responses with this thing. Okay. Let's just make it like a bit more, a bit simplify. Let's simplify this a bit. Okay. We'll create a response. Encoder encode. And write the response body. Okay, it already wrote it here. Well, now it looks like working. Yeah. Let's check if it really works. Let's run our application. So let's use another email. Plain password. So it works, as you can see. We need to set in our handler wrapper, we need to set some header. Yeah, content type application JSON. Hi there. We are building the we are connecting to the database right now. Okay, so now Postman will understand the response probably. Email, okay, email already exists. It actually don't understand, but okay, never mind. Well, so it returns two tokens. This is great, probably. Yeah, exactly. So let's check what's inside of our tokens. We are using that database called Neon. It has like serverless database service for Postgres. So yeah, it actually uses Postgres inside of it, but it acts as serverless like database, so it is suspended after some inactivity times. It is designed for like edge functions and quite good pricing, offers quite good pricing. So what I wanted to do, actually, I forgot. Let's check if let's check all the data in the table. So you see, yeah, I wanted to check what's inside of our JVT actually. Let's decode it. So it looks like this. So you can see IoT, IAT, it means issued at. Oh, actually, it this service provides fancy pop-ups, tooltips. Yeah. So issued at. It was issued. Yeah. 1822, and it like expires. It is access token. It is expires in 30 minutes. So everything works perfectly. Our access token has like a lifespan of 30 minutes, you know, and that's it. Great. Well, so our sign up now returns these two tokens. That's great. What we should do now, we need to implement the sign in actually. We will implement sign, and it will be the final task for today. So we need to do the same stuff actually. We need to check the password hash in the table, compared it with the provided in sign in, and return error or the pair of tokens. So let's implement this stuff. It is actually like partially implemented. Get user by email. There is some get user by email. So now it returns some dummy data, but we will return. Now we will use the data from the tables. Amazing. Yeah, of course, I will create a cross-platform application in Flutter, for all the platforms that exist, like nowadays, with like responsive design, etc. So it will be on desktop and phones and in web, basically. And it will use this backend that I'm writing now. So query import this key, select user ID, email, password, mail name. Let's remove this stuff. Actually, name. There is no name in the database. And probably we need to return ID as well. Now it is in 64. Probably behind it, I will change it behind the stance to like generated unique string. Yeah. So we need to select select some rows with where select rows where from users where email equals the provided one. So return nil error. Actually, we need to create a context here as well. Context. Yep. So, and pass this context to our database. Our query returns user ID, email, and password, and we will scan it to the user ID, user email, and password. Well, great. And to just return this user. Now we need to check if there is some error actually. If there is no rows in the result set, we need to return like wrong credentials error as well, as we did somewhere. Let's change the interface here as well. So We need to return the run credentials if like user doesn't exist in the database. Var gconf gerror. Okay, I forgot how to. We need to check that there is no like rows error, no rows. How to check if there are no rows in PGX? Okay, PGX error no rows. PGX error no rows. Well, PGX error probably PGX error no rows, but it doesn't work anymore. Okay, let's keep it as is, and I will prettify it a bit later. So let's check if it works. Let's yeah, actually let's add some logic in the service and check if it works. So we will retrieve our user from in the service. Yep, we will compare the hashed password in the table and the provided password by the user, and we will return. If it fails, we will return the new wrong credentials error. Okay. Yeah, and it returns user. Well, so, and we will create the pair here, pair and error. With the help of GVT manager. ID as int value. It takes int, but ID is int64. Let it be int as well. So now it works. Okay, and we will just return the pair here as well, and let's make it error token pair JSON web token pair nil and nil pair nil. Okay. Now let's alter our handler, our sign-in handler as well, and yeah, I think it will work perfectly. So JSON new decoder sign in GVT new success response. Okay, probably there is nothing to edit. Yep, right. Yep, let's check if it works. Let's check if it works. Now we will yeah, QWERTY gmail.com. Yeah, it works. Now if we provide some wrong password, wrong credentials, either email or password is wrong. Amazing. So it works pretty cool. Great. Well, hello world again, and it returns it. Let's just check. Let's decode the JSON web token as again. It is a refresh token for this user. So the ID is 1. Let's check if it's true. Yeah, this user is actually has an identifier of 1. Let's check with this user. Gmail.com password. So it is I expect to see 9 here. Okay, it works. So we have implemented the stuff of authentication using access and refresh tokens and connected to their real time to the real database. Actually, I wanted in the beginning to connect to a local database, local Postgres instance using the Docker Compose, but unfortunately something got wrong and it didn't work. But I think it is even better. I will create all the needed stuff behind the scenes. Probably I will even make a video, guys, about this stuff. So I will create a Docker Compose file for Postgres and yeah, and rectify all the things that we like did left quite untidy. Yeah. Okay. At this point, guys, I am about to finish. So if if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. And I am committing my changes today. Yeah. Thank you, guys. I believe we will build something really interesting. It will be really, I believe it will be cool. What about protection? What do you mean about protection? You mean this connection string or what? Protection. Yeah, we will actually in a real life projects it is needed to it is very important to have security people that understand all this stuff, but we will dive into these topics as well when we will do that we will do when we come to Kubernetes. I will need to I will need to revise for it as well, because I'm not really like a security person. So, but I believe we will periodically like consult the ChatGPT for safety reasons. Yeah. I know it is not very um, not very like good advisor for these topics, but we have nothing more. So yeah, today we implemented a database connection. Amazing. I will destroy this I will destroy this database because, and I will need I will okay, I need to think about how to pass the environment variables, like they probably because you know it is it should be obscured. Nobody should know about this stuff. I will think about it also as well. So yeah, thanks everybody. We did pretty good job today. Connected to the database, implemented all the logic needed. It is great. So thank you everybody who joined me, who joined us, and see you on the next stream, or maybe even in a video